Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, it's Icarice, and I'm here to tell you about Hotcast for Podcasting. We are a podcasting studio located in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Hot 702.5 FM studios. You can book online at hot7025fm.com. Just click on Hotcast. You can book and find your times right there. Thank you for booking with Hotcast for Podcasting.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 7025 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man, hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help.
Las Vegas, good Wednesday afternoon. What a beautiful day in the city of Las Vegas today. We're having a great day out here. Weather's nice, and wherever you're listening from, I hope your weather is well as well. I want to welcome you to the Greg Deville Wealth Building Concept Show, as well as the Real Estate Talk Show with Greg Deville. We're here every Wednesday at 12 noon. This is what we talk about, wealth building ideas. My passion is real estate. I am a real estate broker, the largest black-owned real estate brokerage in the state of Nevada. We're excited about that as we've worked very diligent on getting to this point and this place, wanting to help many of you get into home ownership. If you're interested, 702-349-0162 is my contact information, or you can go to my YouTube channel at Greg Deville on YouTube, or you can email me at DevilleRealtyLV@gmail.com as well. It's live on Facebook at Greg Deville. So we love what we do. We're having fun helping families. This is what we've been doing over the course of 9 years radio. I've been in real estate over 42 years. It's been fun. It's been fun. I'll be 60 on next month, and I'm excited about helping so many families continue to build wealth in your community and in your families. I have a special guest today with me, and I'll be bringing her on in just a moment. I want to talk to those of you who are in a situation where it comes to your owning a home right now, and you're in default, or perhaps you're wanting to sell, and some of you may have to sell. I want to say, if you're in a situation where you're behind in your mortgage, you may have equity in your home. And if you have equity in your home, what I want you to remember, it's your equity. So no one can stop. What am I going to do with this? Can't take notes. Oh, yeah. Okay. We got to give a code to the engineer. My finger. Yeah, my bad. Okay, pardon me, you guys. We're working on a little minor difficulty right here, a little technical difficulty. All right, we're in. Okay, so if you're in default in your mortgage, here's what I want you to remember, is that we can help sell the property and get the finances that are behind or delinquent, get those the equity that's left in there for you. Now, many of you have equity and you're in default. It's okay. You're not the first. You won't be the last. However, get your equity. So recently, the client who it's been a little over a year now, she's gotten $140,000, and guess what? She's ready now. The lease is about over. She's ready now to purchase her other home back. She's getting another home. So when you get that equity, what we try to say is keep the money that you receive, pay off some debt, bring your credit back to at least a 580, 600, and you can buy again within a year using the money from the close of the sale of the home that was in foreclosure. So I want to make sure that, I'm helping you here. The end of the day, it's your equity. So I know you love your home. Unfortunately, this situation has happened. If that's you and that's happened to you, by all means, ma'am, sir, contact Greg Deville. Let me help you get out of that. We'll get you back in some time, maybe like a year. You'll have to rent or live with family members, but you'll have the finance and the wherewithal now to go back. Now you've learned some things about getting behind or things happening and how to set something aside. And because building equity is valuable. You're doing it when you pay rent to someone else. You're building their equity. So let me help you learn how to do your equity. And if, again, you're needing to sell that home, if you're in default, also those of you who have family members, and you're talking probate. I do work with several different probate attorneys. If you've got a probate situation, contact me. I want to set you up so you can get the best possible representation for that type of situation. So I do have attorneys we can work with for the probate. As a real estate broker, I can help sell that property. You can live in the property without cost during the probate sale. So just keep in mind, you don't have to pay the mortgage. You can't pay the mortgage for someone that is deceased, number one. Okay, the bank won't take the money. When they find out they're deceased, they're going to give you, many times they'll give you 6 months to a year to get it in order. Now, those of you need more information about a living trust. I do have a couple of attorneys to set up a living trust so that in the event something like this happens, it's in a living trust. So your wishes will be handed out versus just a will. A will still keep you in front of an attorney and a court because a will still gives having the need for court. With a living trust, the attorney just reads the trust and whatever your wishes are. So they're revocable and irrevocable trusts. So for more information, 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group. The name you need to know right here in the Valley. We're well in touch with many different aspects of real estate. So if you've heard something thus far, feel free to reach out to me. Send me an email at devillerealtylv@gmail.com or contact me directly on my cell, 702-349-0162. Now, I'm excited about my guest because it's not her first time here. We've had her on several occasions. I think right now it's so befitting, early part of the year. My good friend, Christina Graham. Welcome to the show, Christina. How are you doing this morning?
Hello. I'm doing great this morning. Thank you, Greg, for allowing me to co-host with you once again. I love it here. I love your audience. So it's always a good time. So thank you so much for that.
Now, we just got good news. Christina, you guys are about to close a deal in about 6 days that we just went in escrow last week. So we're talking about 10 days total, just about 10, maybe 12, getting a deal done. So look, Christina's well qualified. She's been on Team Deville for probably 8 years, I want to say, perhaps.
Yeah, since I started the business with you guys, so you guys gave me the opportunity, and when I'm still wet behind the ears in the mortgage industry, and I'm always so grateful. So yeah, I've been in business for 9 years. I've helped over 400 families close home loans. So it's been a whirlwind of a business, and Greg, you can attest to this, the ups and the downs, but we love it. So through and throughout.
Wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for 9 to 5.
Exactly.
Now I know by law you're as a lender you have to give your real estate number. I mean your license number. So I'm going to give you a moment to give your license number because as a lender that's part of your protocol. So go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Yep. So Christina Graham with Barrett Financial, and my license number is NMLS number is 1457434.
There you go. All right. So now we've got did a little housekeeping right there and got that done. We want to go into first we want to talk about the 401k. Briefly explaining that 401k is something you have on a job, but how that could help in purchasing a home.
Absolutely. The acceptable funds to use during a purchase transaction, 401k. So these are not monies that, hey, I have to wait until I retire in order for me to leverage. We can actually pull out a loan against it. So what you're going to tell the 401k financial company is that, hey, I'd like to leverage my funds that are sitting in my 401k in order for me to purchase a house. That's going to be a lot different than you saying, hey, I'd like to leverage these funds in order to pay off debt or go on vacation. They have certain brackets when it comes towards rates when you borrow against your 401k. And the lowest rate within that bracket is when you are looking to purchase a home. So you make the request, hey, I want to purchase a home. They then lend you your own money, right? So these are monies that you've already saved up, that you have a vested balance with whatever employer that you're working with. Now you get to leverage those assets and you do repay that back, but you're basically paying yourself back. And the nice thing about leveraging the 401k money is that as a lender, I can use that for down payment, cash to close, great, and it's a sourceable asset. But on top of that, whatever the amount that you're paying back the 401k company, I don't have to use that as part of your debt to income ratio. Why does that make a big difference? Is because now I can actually increase your buying power without having to say, hey, you have an additional debt that you're paying off every month. Because we see it like, hey, you're just paying back yourself your own money. And I'm sure you are going to do that. So we ignore the payment that you'd make to a 401k company completely. And now you get to leverage those assets.
There you go. That's good. And I love it because many cases, what I've seen over the years is that they were able to use the funds from the 401 without a penalty when buying a house, although they get a penalty for buying a car. And so, and those of you that have been thinking about a new car for this new year, don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it. At the end of the day, don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't buy a new car. Get a house. Do yourself a favor because once you get the house, you'll get all kind of access to getting a car and getting credit cards. But right now, don't buy a car. Get out of that apartment. Get out of that rental house. Let Deville Realty show you how to have your own. So that's one way of getting down payment. Then we got those first-time home buyers. We don't need to do classes anymore. We've done away with the home buyer classes. You can actually do it online. So I've held classes, Christina, for the last 7 years with the home buyer education classes. But now we do it online. So I tell people you don't have to do the 8 hours that I've done for so many years. Although they still do it, it's not necessary. Now, if you want to sit in the class for 8 hours and give up your Saturday, that's your prerogative. However, there's no need anymore. We can get that certificate online. There's a link we'll send you for that. Christina, you're going to talk about DPA, the Down Payment Assistance Program. So give me some information on that for my listeners.
Yeah, so the down payment assistance programs, everybody does have this stigma, a few things, right? They think that you need a 20% down payment to purchase a house, right? Or that you have to be a first-time home buyer in order to qualify for down payment assistance. Both are incorrect. So you don't need a 20% down payment. Generally, we're looking anywhere between 3 to 3.5%, depending on the loan program. And then the down payment assistance can help you with just that, the down payment, right? That 3 to 3.5%. So generally, we're looking for a FICO score anywhere between 620 to 660. I do have some lenders that will go as low as 580 when it comes towards giving those grant monies. So it just opens up the door for that many more people when it comes towards home ownership. The ones that maybe we need a little bit of funds to help bridge that gap of home ownership, we can then apply or see if they're eligible for the down payment assistance programs. Some, they don't have any income requirements. Some you repay back. Others are completely forgivable. And we can go from the 2% down payment assistance up to 5% in some instances. So that really helps, again, when it comes towards your assets, right? Bridge the gap for home ownership for those that have the need for it. one thing that you and we always chat about, with down payment assistance, you're using other people's money to purchase a
Yeah.
house. So that means that the interest rate is just going to be a little bit higher than what we would qualify you with if you were to do like a regular loan without accepting any assistance. So
Right.
that's something to keep in mind, right? When we are looking at down payment assistance, I might need the help in order to purchase, but does it still make sense for me to get as much home as that I want, because now the interest rate is going to be that much higher because we are using other people's monies to help you buy.
Yeah. So I can get a gift from a loved one. There is a way to get get a gift from a loved one for down payment assistance.
Oh, yeah. So it has to be a bona fide gift. And what does that mean? That means that whomever the donor is, they are going to, one, give me a gift letter, and two, they're going to send the funds directly to the title company. So on that gift letter, it basically states that it's not to be repaid back. It's a bona fide gift. I'm assisting, ABC homeowner in order to purchase a home. So It has to be a bona fide gift, right? But that's definitely an acceptable source. You can get a gift from family. In some cases, like a very, very close friend, you have to document the relationship. But there are a lot of other ways outside of down payment assistance where then you're not having to be subjected to those higher interest rates, where you're still bridging that gap if funds are needed.
So Uncle Willie just can't go under the mattress and pull out $15,000. It actually has to show through a bank account, seasoned in the account for at least, 6 months in the account?
Okay, so last year, FHA, they had made a revision to the gift rule.
Okay.
So as long as the donor wires the money directly to the title company, I don't need to see Uncle Willie's bank statements. But if Uncle Willie wires the money from his account to your account directly, then you wire it to title. I need to see the complete chain of where that money came from. Okay. So there are ways to get around this. So that's when you talk to the professional, right?
Yep. That's why I got you here. Yep. Good. That's great. That's a good revision to know about, that he can wire it directly. No more giving 2 months of statements on his behalf. So in other words, the word season is not in play anymore. Am I understanding that correctly?
You're correct, but you got to do the appropriate steps.
Yeah.
Right. In order for us not to have to get bank statements from the donor. It's called showing donor ability. So not every instance do we need to show donor ability with having to get the donor statement, but you are right. Yep. There's a way around that.
Okay. And also those that are VA buyers now. So what's our lowest FICO score? Because VA know they're no money down. However, it is a transaction fee. Many people think they're not paying. You're actually paying that fee. It's just in the loan, but that's okay. As long as you don't have to come up front with it, right? But what are you showing? Any revisions on requirements for veterans? With their FICO. What's one of the? I got a veteran listening right now. I've got a few of them. They want to get into using. Now, I know this myth. Everybody say, but I use my VA. I can't use it anymore. We'll talk about that, because from what I understand, you can use it again.
So you can use your VA. You can basically have like a dual entitlement. So you used it once to purchase a property, and then say, "Hey, I've outgrown this home, and my family has expanded. I need a bigger property." You can leverage that VA benefit a second time. So on that second use, they call it a subsequent use, right? Second use, you may have to put a down payment. It just depends on how much entitlements left over with the VA for when you had purchased your home initially. Right.
Okay.
So to debunk that, you can technically use your VA benefit twice. And on a VA loan, especially being a broker, and this is what kind of separates mortgage broker versus like maybe your Wells Fargo, your Chase, your Guild mortgages. They have a lot of overlays, right? So an overlay is basically, here's the raw guideline, rules and regulations, and then the lender partner will then apply an additional set of rules, guidelines, and regulations just to appease their investors. So working with the broker, we follow that raw guideline. There are no overlays on top of that. So with that being said, technically on a VA loan, there is not a FICO requirement, right?
Okay.
So I qualified a veteran with a FICO lower than 580, but they have to have what's called additional compensating factors, right? So we want to see after all of their expenses, they have a little bit of leftover income, right? Maybe they have 2 months of reserves. Money's not used for the closing at all, sit aside in their bank account. They just have to have some really positive factors for us to go lower in the FICO, higher in the DTI, debt to income ratio. So with veterans, they're a lot more flexible because we do want to help our veterans. We want to make sure they're getting into houses, and we want to debunk all the misinformation out there. So the VA loan, they allow a lot of flexibility to help our veterans. So that's a great thing.
That is really good. I really appreciate knowing that as well. The other point about the veteran is, so they owned a home in the past, they lost it, short sale or deed in lieu, got foreclosed on, but it's been longer than 3 years. Would that first time home buyer, but this is a veteran, would that veteran be eligible possibly to purchase again? Although they've lost a home, it's been longer than 3 years ago, 2 years ago, they've lost a home, but their eligibility certificate can be reinstated. From what I've understood in the past. Yeah, they can use it again. I mean, you don't currently own a home, but you want to reinstate your DD 214 to use it for home purchasing again. So now, as you stated, it doesn't necessarily need a FICO score. However, your debt to income will determine how much you qualify for.
Exactly. Yes, there's still going to be certain things that we have to follow with the investor. So you're dead on. So like, for instance, if they've had a foreclosure, it's been greater than 2 years, they would be eligible again for a VA loan. So a lot of people think, oh, I've had a bankruptcy, I've had foreclosure or short sale, I can never purchase ever again. And again, we want to debunk all that misinformation because that's just not true, to your point.
Yeah. And then those families who, again, I spoke earlier about, somebody maybe just tuning in, but you're in notice of default right now. Don't lose your equity and your home. So you've got letters, and here's what happens. And I really want people to know better. If you get in default, stop ignoring the bank. The bank will work with you. It's ignoring it won't allow it to go away. So the best I say is read your mail. Stop laying it to the side like you behind. So if someone asks me, the bank want to take my house. Let me help you here, everyone. Bank doesn't even want your house. They want your interest. They said, Mr. Deville, we don't want the house. We don't want the money. We want the interest on the money from the mortgage payments, right? That's what they want. They want the interest. They paid this guy 2 and they're making 4 because they charge you 6.5. They're giving 2 to that guy. They're making 4%. They want the interest. So at the end of the day, they don't want your house. They will work with you. Some of you will qualify for a modification. Some of you will qualify for forbearance, right? Which I know they've done away, but now they're helping people and getting to understand the market has been healing since COVID, right? They said we've done away with forbearance, but there is a modification. Now people say, well, how do I know if I'm gonna get one? You don't, but you can qualify. The sad part is you've got to be delinquent in your mortgage, unfortunately. You've got to show. I know when I went through it a year or two ago, went through this situation, but I knew that I didn't have any escrows for the next month or so. And I'm like, look, this may be my last payment right now. I could carry a couple months until I get another closing. They say, well, you're doing fine. Just keep I said, you don't hear what I'm saying. My account is coming down right now. Well, when you get in trouble, just let us know. We'll see what we could do to help. Like, I got to be in trouble before I can get you to. So they say you got to be at least 2 months delinquent, right? 30 days will help it start. But after that, you've got to be a little bit deeper in delinquency. So with that being said, if you're already a month or two, you get up to 4 months, you may get that. You'll be getting notice of defaults. You get that 4th month, you may consider a sale date. What we're racing is a sale date. Don't wait till the sale date. And if you've got one, we can still help you. If we know the sale date is 20 days away, I can still put that house on the market, hope to get a buyer. We'll have to price it really low so that we can get a buyer to save any equity you may have. Now, I can get you, let's say like the last lady was 140-something thousand. I got one guy, 60,000, 50,000. So whatever's there, it's yours. So don't delay in calling me at 702-349-0162. Any information that we've spoken on thus far, feel free to contact me. Pick my brain. And what I don't know in the lending side, I'll call Christina and she'll have the answer for you. So if that being the case, you're delinquent, or maybe you lost that home. If you lost a home, I know after 2 years discharge, you can look to purchase again, right? Right, Christina? You can consider.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, couple of years.
Exactly.
Now, we talk about credit. Now, many of you, as you, Christina, you and I spoke yesterday, those people that are getting their tax refunds. Now, I'd like to say this. You just had Christmas. You're about to get a tax refund. You don't need anything else. You just had Christmas. So buy yourself a home. Fix your credit. Christina, I hear people all the time say, I'm going to just dispute everything. You can't dispute everything. And why is it people want to dispute? You use the credit card, pay it back. Now, the third party lender you can dispute. But if you owe one of these big name brand stores and you shop the credit card, you got to manage to pay that back. That's not something we can just spend it and forget it. I mean, people are angry at family because of money right now. They ain't spoke to their cousin in years over $50 and get mad with it. Get mad when the credit man calls them about that $2,000 and tell them off. Don't call me. I just want my money. Can I just get my money? But
Great. I'm gonna talk on that too, because what we do when we sit down is, even those that are maybe not ready right now and they want to do some mortgage planning, right? Yeah. We nurture those people, because you have a passion to purchase a property. You want to be able to assist you. So it does help with budget planning, knowing exactly what your comfortability is for your mortgage payment. And then just put it on a spreadsheet. How much are you making? Your net income, not your gross, your net income, all of your expenses, how much you feel comfortable paying for a mortgage. And then that's going to be kind of like your North Star, right? So that way you can purchase in the future. But I agree with you on that.
Definitely. And so again, when they sit with you and you and they're gonna and we talked yesterday, because I want to tell people, stop when you talk to a lender, stop being so demanding. I want a soft pull. You're not gonna get it. So when you went to Macy's for Christmas time, they said we'll give you 20% off if you do a credit. Just try it. You can get 20% off. You did it, but guess what? Did you know it was a hard pull? Yes, it was.
Right.
It was a hard pull. And it's an inquiry on your credit. But when it comes to buying a house, you want a soft pull. You want to peak. 2025, we ain't peaking no more. We going to stop peaking. 2025, we going hard in the paint. You want to know, do you qualify? And if you don't, what do I need to do? And I think Christina's wonderful at looking at it and saying, look, here's where you are. You're not here yet, because it's never no, Christina, in the lending world. It's never no. It's just not right now.
Exactly.
Remember that. It's never no. It's just not right now. But here's a game plan. Here's a strategy, right? So I like Christina so much in that. It's because she has the ability to look at where you are and say, this is what, per the system that you need to do. Pay down a couple credit cards, go get this off your credit. Pay a couple of those bills down, right, Christina?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the planning piece. As transparent as you are with me in the upfront piece of it, then we can really hone in and make that plan. So that's when we partner together, right? So I become your best friend throughout the mortgage process, because I want to know everything. The thing that I joke about is the only thing I don't need is your blood type. But we gotta lay everything out on the table, right? So that way we can create that plan for you, give you 6 months, 8 months, whatever it is, in order for you then to purchase. But we can get creative. Maybe some things that you thought would be a stopping point, like, for instance, like millennials. I know the big thing right now is student loans, right? Everybody has student loans. They're all in deferment. They're not making payment on it. Oh, I can't buy because of my student loans. That's just not true. We do take a percentage of your big student loan balance and we use that for qualification, but that shouldn't prohibit you from purchasing a house. house. So we
Yeah.
can look at all of those numbers, and especially we do the hard inquiry for you. We see where you're at. And then from there, we can kind of gauge and really see if your timeline is right now, or is it going to be a couple months down the road. And then from there, we'll nurture you. We'll stay in flow with you, because that's what we do. We do this full time, right? So we want to be able to help as many people as possible.
You spoke about derogatory credit as we were preparing for the show. And I want you to elaborate a little bit on the derogatory credit, exactly what that means to those who are not sure. So expound a little bit more on that, because credit is many people's issue when it comes to purchasing or even just considering it. They think about their credit. So derogatory credit, talk a little bit about that. I had that in my notes today for you.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when somebody goes through something negative, when it comes towards credit, so maybe they've been through a bankruptcy, a short sale, like we had mentioned earlier, foreclosure, they think that I can never purchase a home. My father included. I had to tell him, Dad, that's just not the truth, right?
Yeah.
So there is a bit of a seasoning that has to take place. So for instance, on an FHA loan, if you've experienced a Chapter 7 bankruptcy before, you have to wait at least 2 years from the discharge date, right? So that basically tells the lender that, hey, I was able to rebound and recover from when I did have that bankruptcy. That was a point in my time where I was not able to pay my bills. But since then, I have been on track with paying my bills. I can then reestablish credit worthiness with all the creditors and or now the lender in order for me to purchase a house. So if you've had a bankruptcy and it's been discharged and then you've been delinquent right after that, we got to talk about that, right? We got to talk about your budgeting. Right. We got to talk about what can we do to get you back on track, because then the lender looks at all of that, right? So derogatory credit doesn't mean that you can never purchase a home ever again. But, from the point of discharge date, there's going to be a season, a little bit of a waiting period to make sure that you're back on track. So that's a whole big thing.
And again, you guys, speaking with Christina, young lady, very knowledgeable, loves what she does. It's one thing when somebody just do what they do for the fact. Christina loves what she does. I mean, she takes her time to study and understand the market and the industry and lending. And you're a wealth of knowledge, Christina. And, I so enjoy having you on my show because you help people in such a calm way that people don't feel bad, because most people feel bad. They don't want you in their business. Like, I don't want nobody to know. That's why they go sometimes to somebody else. I don't really want nobody to know. At the end of the day, we're just here to help. We're not here to judge you. Listen, I'm so transparent. It's ridiculous. Okay. I got a forbearance. I got a modification. Look, I've had those situations. I've been denied buying a house. I've been denied credit. We've been there. I get it. And I've lost properties. Listen, we've gone through it. At least I have. And so with my transparency, I want you to be comfortable, understand. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you. I want to see you advance from where you were and where you are. So whether you're selling and you got to get out of that notice of default, I have a way to help you. You know why? Because I've been there. If you've owned a home in the past, you've lost it due to lieu or foreclosure, there's a way. If you bankrupt, as Christina mentioned, there is healing after bankruptcy. So there's a way to get back on track. I have a Project 2025 plan that I want to help families get back into homeownership. So what? Forgive yourself. You lost it, whatever happened, divorce, whatever happened. Forgive yourself, move on. It's a new year. It's a new era. It's a new time. Look, it's your time. You've been waiting. Let's make the step toward improving where our conditions are in living. Because I say this, everyone, wherever you lie your head at night, you should own that building. You should own that space. If it's a condominium, own it. If that's all you can afford, start where you can, build equity. Those of you that have equity, you can take that equity and allow it to make you residual income. Use that equity. Don't buy another Cadillac, buy another car. That depreciates. We're talking about putting that money. Let's say you got $150,000 in equity in your home. You take that 150 or 80% of that and put it on a fourplex. Now, one of those units can, guess what? Pay for that car note that you want to have. And you still have 3 other incomes. So again, let's talk about residual income, families. Let's talk about how my equity can make money instead of just somebody told me they want to pay a house off. I thought, why would you do that? At the end of the day, let's say the house is $700,000. You're just going to leave $700,000 sitting in the corner. You mean you're not going to make that money make money? Well, maybe you didn't know. Contact Greg Deville. This is what I'm a wealth builder. I promise you, I've got ideas in the real estate world. Now, somebody's doing investments in other areas. My passion is real estate. So if you want to talk real estate, then I'm the guy to help you in that area. There's another guy who wants to do Bitcoin or crypto, whatever it is you want to. There's people who specialize in that. But when it comes to real estate, residual income, getting out of trouble in your mortgage, Greg Deville, 702-349-0162. And Christina Graham, who, again, Baird Financial, as she mentioned, she works for a brokerage who has more options available versus just a lending institution, right? She's got options. She's got options. So we talked about getting your credit on track for 2025, paying off some of those things when you get. In fact, let's do this. Reach out to me. I'm going to set you up with Christina. Christina is going to be a hard pull. Let's look at where you are. For those of you who want a soft pull, go ahead. You could do that on Credit Karma. Go get that. But if you're really serious, do the hard pull. See where you are. See what you need to pay off. That's holding. I had one lady, Christina, believe it or not, this was a few years ago, came to one of my credit symposiums. And we did this. You were there. You were one of my lenders at that symposium. I had about 7 lenders. Who else could get 7 lenders in a room from different companies? Nobody but your boy, Greg Deville. I had 7 lenders all in the same room. Everybody got along with each other. But we had people from the community come in, get a free credit review. One lady needed to pay 2 items on her credit report, and she was qualified to purchase. It's 2 amazing. Items. It's amazing. It's amazing. So some of you, you're right at the door. You just need to make contact with Deville. So again, our show is on Facebook Live. Christina, give them your phone number that they might reach out to you as well. And just let me know where you get from the radio, and we can kind of correspond together. What's your contact form, Christina?
Yep. So Christina Graham, you can find me on every social media platform. Just type in my name, Christina with a Kristina Graham. And my phone number is 702-292-7252, 702-292-7252.
And look, you've been hearing me on radio for 9 years. I've been in real estate over 42 years. I've been licensed in Vegas for 20 years. This made my 20 year. I've been here since 2005. I got licensed, and we're in 20 years. Wow. So I kind of know a little bit what I'm doing. I'm still learning, but there's a lot I got, and I want to help you know. So again, Christina, you can reach out to her, Greg Deville, 702-349-0162. I love what I do. I'm having fun helping families. We have Project 2025, where we're helping real estate become number 1 in your life, whether owning, buying, selling, investing. Deville Realty can help. Christina, thank you so much for tuning in today and coming on live and sharing your wealth of information. I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Greg.
Okay, Chloe. So I understand our appraisal came in this morning. Christina and we're working actively on the transactions. And so I don't just bring people. I'm actually working with her on the transaction. We're closing it. And we just got appraisal in this morning, and underwriter will clear it tomorrow. Look, we'll be done with this thing. So she's great. She's great. She pushes it right on through. So if you want to get your home in 2025, use your tax funds for something beneficial. You need another purse like you need a hole in your head. You don't need another pair of shoes, purse. You need a house. You need a home. You need an investment, something that's going to make income for you, even if it's through equity. Stop paying that man's mortgage. This year in 2025, one of our Project 2025 is fire your landlord. Fire your landlord. Huh? Would you
love
say?
that. No, I love it. I love it.
That's it. That's it. That's part of my Project 2025. I don't have 900 pages, but I got a Project 2025. And in my Project 2025 handbook, fire the landlord. And stop wasting money. Stop buying stuff. Because, look, you got to stop wanting stuff if you're going to get a house. Okay. And if you need to sell the house, we have a Project 2025 for selling your house. There's a way we're going to do it. We're going to get it done rapidly. You're going to get that equity, pay the bank back their monies. And 1 year, we're going to purchase another home. We're going to walk you through the process. So we're here to hold your hand. Whether buying, selling, or investing, Greg Deville can help. 702-349-0162. I got to get out of this square air chair. Christina, I'll have you back again real soon. Until then, just keep closing those deals.
Have a good.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again. We're here every Wednesday at 12 o'clock right here on hot702.5fm.com. Tune in again. Let's talk more real estate. If you need to talk to me, 702-349-0162. Until I talk to you next week at 12 noon, may God's best be yours.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man, hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help.